In this video, we're going to talk about how to check for accessibility in your Framer sites. Now, ensuring accessibility is crucial for several reasons. In fact, accessibility checks are vital in creating an inclusive digital environment where everyone, regardless of their abilities or disabilities, can navigate, understand, and interact with your website. And here are some of the key reasons highlighting the importance of accessibility checks for your Framer sites, mainly legal compliance, inclusivity, and equal access, and enhanced user experience, as well as improved SEO and reach, brand reputation and trust, and also future proofing of your business. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to utilize two very useful tools in order to check a sample website, which in this case it's going to be apple.com, and we're going to check upon the WCAG, which stands for the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, which I highly recommend you to have a look at least at a very high level, since over here on the w3.org website is going to be outlined all the major accessibility principles which you as a web designer must adhere and take in consideration in order to accommodate any type of audience and user looking at your website. So let's get started with one of the very first things which I like to do these days, which is utilizing ChatGPT in order to run a quick accessibility check. So the very first thing that you want to do is to simply ask ChatGPT, could you run an accessibility check on this website, then parentheses, apple.com, and I'm going to also state based on the WCAG 2.1 guidelines, and this is going to essentially give us a brief high-level overview. So as you can see, to run an accessibility check on Apple website based on WCAG guidelines, we will consider the following key areas. So there's all sorts of areas which we're not going to run into a lot of detail, but overall you can see how we essentially have an audit which gives us a clear overview. So for example, most images have appropriate alt text, improving accessibility for screen readers. The promotional videos on the homepage should have captions for accessibility. There's some color contrast notes, and by the way, these aren't guidelines which are set in stone, so you always have to interpret the data based on your best judgment, as it's not a precise science, at least yet. So you want to keep these elements in mind, and you can expand upon with ChatGPT. So for example, you can ask for recommendations regarding the alt text, or if you want to split test two type of videos, maybe one ranging the full width of the page and another one being simply a video in the center, you can actually ask ChatGPT its opinion on which one is more accessible. Same also for colors. You can enter a hex code and ask ChatGPT if this color code is suitable, or if maybe it's too much of a light color for text. For example, you don't want to have the body text color too light, as that is going to hinder accessibility. So these type of things, you can utilize ChatGPT almost as a live assistant to help you optimize your site even further. And one tool which I highly recommend you to check out is wave.webaim.org. And this website is really useful, and it's going to give you a brief or actually quite an in-depth outline of where the website stands in terms of accessibility and what are opportunities for improving of the website. So as you can see, I just added it in the search bar, and we have different tags for different types of accessibility issues. So as you can see over here, we have 0 errors, we have some contrast errors, which again, these are the type of errors, quote unquote, that you're going to have to make a judgment, because sometimes there is opportunities for basically avoid considering them based on context, and as well as alerts, features, structural elements, and the area, which is their very own nomenclature. So if you go under the details, you can see that, for example, if I want to spot a contrast error, I can simply click on it and it's going to focus on it right away. Now, this is actually difficult to focus because we have these elements which are in a carousel. But if we click, for example, on H2, you can see how now it's focused on this element right here. So you can literally click on any one of these issues if you wish, and actually it just prompted the other screen because I clicked on a hyperlink in this case. But essentially what I wanted to show you is that you can click on any one of these nodes and you can see that there is going to be a recommendation or maybe like some specifics around what that element is or how it could be improved. So literally added it on pretty much all of the page. There's the good, there's the bad, and you can learn more directly from these labels. So I highly recommend you to check out this tool. I won't go into the nitty-gritty, but you can already understand very clearly how you can use this tool to your advantage and to make more informed decisions which are going to yield accessible websites for your users.